comes to bounty hunters in the Star Wars universe, names like Boba Fett usually dominate the conversation. But what about Zuckuss? This enigmatic figure with his insectoid appearance and strange connection to the Force has always been a mystery. What makes Zuckuss tick? Why did he partner up with the droid 4LOM? And how did he rise to prominence among the galaxy's most feared hunters? Let's dive into the strange history and unseen depths of Zuckuss. Zuckuss isn't just another bounty hunter. He's a being defined by his search for something elusive. An elusive feeling or connection that ties him to the galaxy in a way few truly understand. Zuckuss's origins are shrouded in mystery, but what little is known paints a grim picture of his early life. As a young Gand, Zuckuss was enslaved by the Hutt cartel, a brutal existence that shaped his resilience and survival instincts. Under the Hutts, he would endure harsh conditions, witnessing the cruelty of the galactic crime syndicates firsthand. This early exposure to the harsh realities of the galaxy may have fueled his later ambitions as a bounty hunter. However, how he escaped the clutches of the Hutts remains unclear. After his time as a slave, Zuckuss disappears from history until he re-emerges on the bounty hunting scene, where he quickly gained notoriety for his unique findsman abilities and near-mystical tracking skills. The Gand are one of the galaxy's most enigmatic species, hailing from the remote outer rim world of the same name. With their insectoid-like appearance, complete with large compound eyes and a tough exoskeleton, they stand out among the more humanoid beings in the Star Wars universe. What makes the Gand truly unique, however, is their physiology. Most members of their species require ammonia to breathe, making them reliant on special breathing apparatuses when traveling off their homeworld. But there's an exception, a rare group known as the lungless Gand, who don't need to breathe at all, giving them an edge in hostile environments. Beyond the physiology, the Gand are steeped in rich culture tradition, centered around the mysterious findsman. These spiritual hunters use ancient rituals and meditative practices to track their targets, blending their heightened instincts with what some might describe as Force-like abilities. It's no wonder the galaxy seeks out Gand trackers. They're almost impossible to escape. Another fascinating aspect of their culture is their name convention. Gand don't refer to themselves by personal pronoun until they've earned the right through significant accomplishments. This tradition emphasizes humility and achievement, shaping how they interact with the galaxy at large. But Gand are more than just mystics and trackers. They're survivors. Some even possess regenerative abilities, capable of growing back entire limbs when lost. And as for their homeworld, it remains shrouded in secrecy, rarely visited by outsiders, and adding to the mystique of these remarkable beings. Zuckuss himself is a prime example of what makes the Gand so fascinating. A findsman turned bounty hunter, blending ancient traditions with deadly efficiency. It's no wonder he became a legend in his own right. Zuckuss' most famous partnership is with 4LOM, a droid with a programming quirk that led to an obsession with crime. Their meeting is detailed in both canon and legends, but the core story remains the same. Zuckuss crossed paths with 4LOM during a bounty mission. The mismatched duo recognized how their skills complemented each other. Zuckuss' findsman abilities honed through grand tradition, and 4LOM's cold, calculating droid logic made them a formidable team. Their dynamic was defined by mutual respect, with Zuckuss often acting as the heart of the duo and 4LOM providing the brains. Together, they undertook high-stakes missions, becoming one of the galaxy's most iconic bounty-hunting pairs. Their partnership cemented their status as legends among the bounty hunters, ensuring their names would live on in Star Wars lore. But did you know that the toy line for Zuckuss and his partner 4LOM was completely mixed up at one point? In an odd twist of fate, the figures were released with their names swapped, making 4LOM, the droid, appear as the insectoid Zuckuss, and vice versa. This mix-up in the toy world highlights the strange and often overlooked partnership between these two characters. Here's a few more interesting facts about Zuckuss. Zuckuss' species, the Gand, has an unusual connection to the mystical side of the galaxy. Specifically, Zuckuss is known as a findsman, a type of mystic hunter who combines ancient rituals with heightened instincts, allowing him to sense the presence of his prey and sometimes glimpse possible futures, making him a uniquely spiritual bounty hunter. Zuckuss' insectoid design is inspired by grasshoppers and crickets. His creator wanted a truly alien look to set him apart from humanoid bounty hunters like Boba Fett or Dengar. The design's unsettling aesthetic was enhanced by his breathing apparatus, which is part of his species' need for a special ammonia-rich atmosphere. In Legends, Zuckuss wasn't just a hired gun for the Empire. In a surprising twist, he eventually aided the Rebel Alliance alongside 4LOM. Zuckuss defected after realizing the galaxy's oppression of the Empire's rule. This nuanced portrayal made him more than just a typical bad guy, adding depth to his character. And lastly, although Zuckuss appeared in The Empire Strikes Back among the lineup of bounty hunters assembled by Darth Vader, he has no lines. Early drafts of the film included dialogue for him and 4LOM. They delved into the partnership and hinted at Zuckuss' unique skills. However, these lines were cut to streamline the scene, leaving his character more mysterious. In some ways, I like Zuckuss and 4LOM for that. There's not a lot out there about them. We really don't know much, and it's that mystery that keeps us going. Those little things in Star Wars, things like Yoda. We don't need to know his entire backstory. I don't think I would want to know. And I think that's the truth with many characters, really. Sometimes too much information just takes away how special they are. Zuckuss and 4LOM were a perfect match in their work. Where Zuckuss relied on his mystical force-like abilities to track his prey, 4LOM brought logic and precision to their missions. Together they were an unstoppable force, whether they were working for the Empire or chasing down Han Solo. Now, no discussion of Zuckuss is complete without mentioning his role in the hunt for Han Solo. Along with 4LOM, Zuckuss was part of the team tasked with capturing the Millennium Falcon, but despite his skills and connection to the Force-like presence, Zuckuss faced a challenge greater than he had ever anticipated. Han Solo was no easy target. For Zuckuss, this mission was more than just a job. It was an opportunity to hone his craft, but when fate intervened, and the rebels outsmarted the Empire, Zuckuss' hunt went on an unexpected turn, leading him into the murky depths of the galaxy's underworld. So what drives Zuckuss? Is it the thrill of the hunt, or is he seeking something deeper? We know that his connection to the Force-like ability gives him glimpses into possible futures, but unlike any other Force-sensitive being, Zuckuss never fully embraced his gift. Was he afraid of it, or was it simply too much for him to understand? Zuckuss' story isn't just about the bounties he collected, it's about the deeper truths he seeks to uncover. Even if he can't articulate them, his journey is one of mystery, and one that could take him into the heart of the galaxy's most dangerous places. In many ways, Zuckuss' journey mirrors our own struggles with self-discovery. The irony is, as fans and lore enthusiasts, we often understand him better than he seems to understand himself. Guided by ancient findsman traditions, and what some interpret as the Force, Zuckuss has always been searching for targets, for acceptance, and perhaps for a sense of identity. Yet like many of us, even after decades of wandering the galaxy, he seems unsure of who he truly is, but constantly seems to surprise us. It's a struggle we all face at some point. Life doesn't hand us easy answers, and sometimes even with all the tools and wisdom in the world, we still feel lost. Compound that with the weight of being guided by something larger, be it tradition, expectation, or the mysteries of the Force, and the journey becomes even more complex. As outside observers of the Star Wars universe, we can't help but wish we could sit with Zuckuss and say, "Buddy, let me explain a few things." It'll make life so much easier. But maybe that's the point. Zuckuss, like all of us, has to walk his own path. It's in the struggles, the setbacks, and the small victories that we truly grow. So the next time we feel lost or uncertain, let's channel a little Zuckuss energy, keep moving forward, keep searching, because even if the way seems unclear, every step brings us closer to understanding who we truly are. So the next time you think about bounty hunters, don't just think of Boba Fett. Remember Zuckuss, the hunter whose greatest prey was always out of reach. The truth about himself. The galaxy is full of mysteries, and Zuckuss is one of the most enigmatic puzzles. Speaking of mysteries, are you feeling thirsty after learning all about Zuckuss? Well, don't look too far. Grab yourself a cold bottle of Java juice. It comes in 3 delicious flavors: Sandstorm Citrus, Womperat Berry, and the mysterious Bantha Blast. Perfect for anyone who needs that extra boost of desert power.
A word of warning, Java Juice isn't for the faint of heart. With its hallucinogenic effects, you'll need to be 21 or older to enjoy it. And please, don't operate any machinery, or go chasing after any dangerous bounties after a drink.
Unless you want to end up like this guy. Look at that energy. Holy fucking shitballs. This old guy drinks 3 of these a day, and just look at how much power he has. Java Juice, because even in your twilight years, you can still breakdance like a Jedi. And hey, before you head off on your next hunt, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow bounty hunters. Have thoughts on Zuckuss, or do we miss anything in his story? Drop a comment below and let us know. We would love to hear from you. Until next time, stay sharp, and may the Force, or whatever guides you, be with you.